Okay, so what I noticed was that there was a mistake with the dates. So I've gone back and I think got it straightened out now. I apologize for that, everybody. So we're going over classes. The first thing that you're doing before the first class is the icebreaker in the online class. And again, please do kick in on that. I'm going to be looking at any discussions we do closely, and participating is going to be important, and it is a part of your grade, as you saw before. Do I need to review that? Maybe I do. Quizzes and discussions, 25% of your final grade. Okay. Whoa, this thing moves. Okay. So this week's class, Friday, January 31st, is reviewing syllabus, introducing the topic of the course, talking about the purchase funnel, the copy strategy, and one or two other things. You can see what we're hoping to accomplish here. You should have a clear understanding of the topic, schedule, requirements, and due dates. So then I'm not going to read every word here, everybody, but I wish you would, please, and keep on top of it, because I've made some effort to try to make it accurate and to let you know where we are, because I know often with online classes, students can feel sort of drifting away because there's not that firm class that you all go to and we all see each other and you ask questions and everything's straightened out. This is a different kind of a world. So it's important that you keep looking at this. And it's also important, let me just underline, that you email me and let me know if you have questions and problems, complaints. Let me know. I will do my best to take a look and I will fix it if it's appropriate. And it is many times. Okay. So the next Friday, the 7th of February, we're going to talk more about worldwide media, trends in worldwide media, and we're going to do an overview kind of U.S. media from when it started in colonial times, believe it or not, right up to the present day, because I think it is important for you to get this kind of macro, far-off view of the media world and how it's evolved to really understand what's going on and what's going on today. You can see the reading assignments here. Again, this is, look at the pages. It's you have to read a few chapters, but they're short chapters, so don't be concerned. And you're going to start my media journey assignment on out of home. You're going to have that ready to hand in by the Friday of the next class, which is the 14th, when I'm going to be lecturing out of home. And there's your reading. Reading has to do with out of home. And hopefully you're getting this done actually during this week and not waiting till Friday, so that you can apply it to your analysis for the media journey. The next week, the 21st, we do newspapers, and again, you're going to read about newspapers, and you're going to do a media journey analyzing. Actually, many of you never pick up a newspaper, and you're going to do that for a change. Next, the same thing with magazines. I'll lecture on magazines. You'll read about magazines in the textbook. You'll do a media journey involving picking up and looking at a magazine. Next, we go to electronic media. We're starting with radio, how it developed. For some reason, I don't have the reading listed here. I tell you what, this darn thing just like erases stuff and does weird things. I tell you, I will go back and plug it in, but there will be reading on radio. Not too much, but there will be some. Then we do television, then internet and mobile, which will be a relatively long lecture because each of those is its own course. In fact, search alone could be its own course, I'm sure. And there are some of those around here, I think. Okay, then we're going to review everything we've said about the media types and what they offer. And so to prepare you for your exam, which will be April 3rd, I'll make it available online at the beginning of the week, and you'll have till that Friday to finish it. So you have to Friday the 3rd at 5 to finish it. And I'm also going to talk about the team assignment. You'll find out what team you're on at that point. This is on March 27th, everyone. And I'll tell you what entity, probably a Broadway play, but we'll see what entity you're going to be doing a media plan for and get you launched on that. Okay. Then the midterm, and then you've got a week off for spring break. You come back on the 17th, you're going to get midterm feedback, and we're going to really get into media planning. So in other words, you'll have reading to do for a media plan. I will give you a completed media plan presentation from a couple of years ago when I was consulting. It's a very smart one. You'll have those things to look at, but I'm not going to lecture on media planning. You're going to be until after you've submitted your first media plan. I want you to go through the agony of figuring out how to get started and how to pull a media plan together. It's an important learning process. It may be somewhat frustrating. Some of you may say, well, how can you ask us to do something when you haven't taught us how to do it? You're going to have the reading. You're going to have an example of a media plan to look at. So based on that, and anything you want to Google about it or look up, your team's going to get together and you're going to do a media plan. And that'll be handed in the week you come back from your spring break. It'll be handed in by Friday the 17th, 5 o'clock. I'll do some more lecturing on media planning the week of April 24th, and we'll also talk about media math, media research. I'll do the same thing. The week of May 1st, we'll do more work on media math, more work on media planning. We will talk about, I'll give a lecture on evaluating the media plan. There'll be post by analysis, make goods, etc., etc. That's all going to be May 1st week. May 8th, we'll do a final review. And May 15th, your final will be due. It'll be posted that Monday of that week. And then Friday, May 15th at 5 o'clock, you will have to have submitted your final. Now, below this is information which FIT makes available in every single syllabus. It's all standardized now concerning honor code, withdrawal policy, emergency preparedness, student conduct. Then there's some resources that support you, including counseling services at a counseling center. FITable is disability support services. There's a terrific library, Gladys Marcus Library, we're going to be talking about. It's a tutoring center to help you with presenting and writing. It's the writing studio, sorry. The Skills Tutoring Center can help you with all kinds of things. So you've got all kinds of support. You can get help with Blackboard anytime you want. There's a SUNY open Blackboard helpline, the help desk. The number's right here. See it. If you have any trouble with Blackboard, they're there. All kinds of long hours and even over the weekends to help you. They're terrific. And then please do read the rest of this. So this is our syllabus. I'm now going to stop for a minute and go. All right, so we've reviewed the syllabus in some detail. And now we're going to move on with the rest of the content for this lecture. First, just showing you your textbook. Make sure you have the right one. It's the 7th edition, the Media Handbook. It was recently published just a few months ago. It's updated to have more stuff on the internet, mostly, and a few other things are rearranged. Very good book. All right, so now we've talked about defining media and what media provides, entertainment and information, and maybe disinformation. We've talked about the course, the syllabus, and I now want to kind of move into getting some new content for you guys to think about. And I'm going to start with the chart that I use in almost all my courses here at FIT, which is that everything you do in marketing is supposed to get somebody to do something. That's the purpose of it. If it doesn't change a mind, if it doesn't make someone stop and think for a moment, then it hasn't done anything. And I'm not just talking about advertising, I'm talking about everything in media, packaging, etc. Now, here's another example of my terrific drawing skill. This is what's called the purchase funnel. And the reason I drew it is that based on a presentation I saw here at FIT given by Amazon and a really sharp person who was on our staff here at AMC who works for Amazon's agency. Amazon has added experience as a key step in the purchase funnel. This purchase funnel, everything in marketing relates to this. When we talk about moving someone, it's really trying to move them through this purchase funnel. So if it's a new product, for instance, first you need to be aware of it, be made aware of it. Then you need to start to think about it and consider it. Then you're hopefully building up some kind of preference for the product. And then something gets you to purchase it. You happen to be walking by a display of the product, or someone gives you an offer is an important way to do it. You buy the product. Then you get the product at home. You think about it opening up an iPhone. Okay, you opening the package, looking at the product, charging the product, trying the product out. How does it work? Do you like it? That whole experience obviously is a pretty important part of the purchase funnel. If you like the experience and the company's done some smart things, maybe to open some communication with you, or maybe sent you an offer for a second purchase, or done something to kind of keep the door open. The key thing, this is particularly true with any direct marketing, is not just to get a customer the first time, it's to get a repeat customer. Building customer loyalty, repeat customers is the smart game, and really in all in marketing. So you want to build loyalty, and maybe you have rewards programs, or you have special clubs that people belong to if they buy a certain amount. They get multi-purchase discounts. Okay, there are lots of ways through offers, through service, through everything to build loyalty. And ultimately, you want advocacy where someone is not only loyal, but will tell other people about your product. Now, I try to make it easy to remember the steps when there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps by this acronym ACAPELLA. A for awareness, C for consideration, P for preference, P for purchase, E for experience, L for loyalty, A for advocacy. So you can remember the purchase funnel. You're going to be asked to draw it, probably in your midterm. So you better remember it. Now, how does media fit into the purchase funnel? Well, the media is all about awareness, consideration, and preference. That's where media acts. Advertising is all about attracting new customers. You don't need to run an ad on the Super Bowl to get a current customer to try your product. It's a pretty expensive, it's over $5 million for a 30-second commercial. That's a pretty expensive way to get new customers. So I can reach my current customers via email, right? And that's cheap. Think how many emails you get from Sephora or Victoria's Secret or whatever every day. That's because you've opted in and you're a current customer. That's how current customers are reached for the most part, by email. Advertising, blowing the word out there, putting it out in the market, is for new customers. And advertising, PR, word of mouth, events, salespeople, all about new customers. And media supports advertising. So media, the big expense of media and Super Bowl ads and magazine ads and everything else, most expensive part of marketing budget is usually media. It's all to get new customers. Okay, so that's how that fits into the purchase funnel. Advertising equals media. Now we're going to stop, and I'll pick up again in a minute.